Oh man, my neck is killing me. Is it? I'm not as young as I once was.
No.
I remember these things. Welcome to Inside Unsigned, episode 3. We're joined tonight, or today, or whatever time you're watching this, by Titanosaur.
I have a real name, and it's Jeff. I am Titanosaur. I'm also the Ray Gun Girls. Two one-man bands. I'm a very busy guy.
Deceiver features on the Rebel Death Spotify playlist. Great unsigned heavy metal. We'll put the link down below. You can check that out along with all the other amazing tracks on there. Let's do a warm-up. The Bottle of Destiny! Go.
When?
What's your favourite Black Sabbath song?
Ooh. Oh, that's a tough one. Children of the Grave is one that I really like. And then one that I've been listening to a lot lately is, and that actually influenced one of the songs on the album. The Scream for Vengeance is the name of my song. Never Say Die.
Should we do another?
Yeah, normally you spin.
I normally spin it, don't I? Yeah, you're right. Number 2.
When?
Oh, what song do you wish you'd written?
Oh, great question.
Jeez.
Woo, woo.
There's a High on Fire song that I'm sort of, I guess, in a sense, I'm not going to say ripping off, but I am very much influenced by, in one of my new songs, Rumors of War. Rumors of War. It's a simple song, but it's so freaking intense, and it goes by pretty fast, and it leaves me wanting more. And I just love the way his voice sounds on that one.
Is that the one that you kind of gave a little bit of a YouTube tutorial on how you were influenced by a song, and then it was an homage. You used the homage. You used the same BPM, and then you kind of used the same song structure but different, obviously, music.
Well, I actually do that a lot. That's how I write songs. So I'm walking or out in the world, and I hear a song that, I really love that one, and I'm feeling like I can do something like that. And then I'll take the BPM and start off that way. And then either if I'm doing this live, sometimes I write songs live, streaming, I'll ask, anybody got a letter of the alphabet, A through G, and then I'll start with that chord. And just start writing riffs. But I do that a lot. This is a new song that I'm talking about, so it's not out yet. I have it demoed specifically with Rumors of War as an influence. But I've used Ministry songs and Nine Inch Nails songs and AC/DC and Motorhead a lot to build off of.
So, when did you start to write music?
That would be a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Well, I mean, I'm gonna turn 46 next year, and I started in bands in high school. So, somewhere around when I was 16, probably.
Was it always guitars?
It was always guitars. Always guitars, and always rock and metal and punk. The Ramones, huge influence. Especially back when I first started learning to play guitar, when I learned that the Ramones was just bar chords, and it was just 4 chords at most. I was like, wait, I can do this. And I learned a whole bunch of Ramones songs automatically. At the same time, I learned Children of the Grave, and I sort of stuck those two together and got my style.
I think that kind of learning bar chords thing is probably extremely common, and when you realise that you can just slide the shape up and down the guitar and you can get all of the chords just with this one shape, and then then you can start writing simple songs, and then when you learn how to play it turns into metal, basically.
And for me, it's even easier because I have super long fingers. So for me, really, a bar chord is just like that, and I just go up and down, up and down, and when I do that, I can hit like 6-7 frets.
Shows your span.
See. So,
Whoa. That's major.
Is that a tiny guitar?
This is. Are you quite tall?
I am 6'9", so a little over 2 meters.
Tall.
Is that the inspiration for the name Titanosaur?
Partly. So I started Titanosaur about 4 years ago. And I was looking for. I had been doing the Ray Gun Girls, which is industrial, dark, goth, very serious music, and I wanted to do something more fun, more rock, more punk. So I have 2 daughters, and I was my youngest is the one that I sort of asked these kind of things to. I was asking her for names and inspiration of names, and I had actually just seen a documentary on the Titanosaur about a month before I started this, and I thought, it's huge. I want to make music that sort of stomps, so it's perfect.
And the first thing that I saw of yours on Twitter was the comedy English Vicar advert for your album, and I thought it was hilarious.
It's actually on a Motorhead album.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like the hidden track on a Motorhead album, the rock and roll album.
Bless thou these people from Titanosaur, that they may so verily endow the people of this planet with pleasure and enjoyment with their new album messages, that yea, they may verily increase fourfold their already large sums of loot, and enable them here in this life to purchase maybe one other pair of trousers each.
Do you like being a one-man band and having kind of control over every aspect?
No. I love playing off of other people, especially drum players. You get a great groove going with a drummer, and you can create something incredible. But I don't really have a choice. In 2009, I had my 3rd heart surgery, so I can't play live anymore. I can't play on stage, so
Because it's too stressful.
yeah, because I can't be up there standing still playing these heavy songs. I just can't. I have to move. I have to jump around and bang my head. So it raises the blood pressure too much for me, and I can't do it.
What are your ambitions for Titanosaur? Is it a fun project that keeps enables you to be creative and just fill your time with that kind of thing, or have you? Because you are pretty good at the promotion aspect of
Thanks.
I've noticed.
Cool.
Quite active. And that's where a lot of people will fall down. They'll concentrate on the music, laudable, much like myself, of course. When it comes to the promoting themselves, they I don't know, maybe they're too bashful, maybe they just don't think about it. I don't know. But you seem to be quite active.
I mean, well, I'm a pragmatist. I want as many people as I can get to hear the music. Well, like for this one, for this one, I really wanted it to get out there as much as possible. I really love this album. I think it's really great. I love the songs, and so I started I worked with this Matt Bacon. I mean, everybody seems to know Bacon Bits, and he helped me out come up with a plan for promoting it, and I sort of got into that rhythm, and I've been there since.
What other channels are you? You've got a YouTube channel.
So yeah, I've got YouTube. I've got a Facebook page, but I don't like doing the Facebook thing. It's just annoying. But Twitter, Instagram, and I started doing TikTok about 2 months ago.
And when it comes to recording, I'm guessing you're in your studio there.
Yes, I am in my studio. I only have one guitar. Well, no, actually I have 3 guitars, but I only use one, my Fender Strat that I've had for 30 years. And then I use my Fender Jazz for the bass. And I use the computer for the drums. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I do have this carbon amp, but I don't use it to record. I just use that to make loud noise when I want to piss off everybody in my house.
What DAW do you use?
So I use GarageBand. I make things as hard as possible on myself. Well, because I started using DAWs on my own about 12 years ago, and GarageBand was the easiest to learn, and it was free. So I've just stuck with that, and over the 10 years I've learned all these techniques and gotten all the right plugins for free and everything that makes it sound so. I've got a nice guitar sound now that's nice and thick, and so I'm sticking with that.
Definitely sounds big, a bigger sound. But I mean, I'm an amateur, complete amateur, and use GarageBand as well. And and it sounds like it too. It doesn't sound like you managed to get it sounding good, basically.
It's a lot of research, a lot of patience, a lot of research. Like the first recordings, for the first 4 years of recordings, I really hate the way they sound that I did on GarageBand. But I watched the Liminalist video, and just like he said, you record panned left, panned right, record two tracks. They could be playing the same thing, but they got to be recorded twice, so that you get that the sound waves crisscrossing, and that makes it a lot thicker. And you also have to remember that the bass has to be a little dirty to mix in with those, and that makes it even.
I'm interested in your vocals as well. How did you kind of develop that style? Was that specifically for Titanosaur?
No, that's how I sing. I get very evil when I sing. My friend used to call me the God of Thunder. The only way I sing is growling. A lot of people get scared. They only hear me singing on the recordings, and then they hear me in an interview, and they're like, "What? How's that possible?" I don't know. I've always liked the growling stuff. I'm Lemmy, and a lot of heavy metal stuff, Sepultura, and that's what I grew up with. So yeah, I can sing clean, but I really don't like the way it sounds. So I've been doing the Ray Gun Girls for so long, and one of the main critiques is the voice. And then when I started Titanosaur, it was like, oh, that's a great voice. So depending on the genre, it works.
We'd love to talk about your song Deceiver. What was the genesis of this song?
Musically, I wanted to do something grinding, heavy, and simple. So it's grinding on I play and drop C. So it's just grinding on the C note. And that's how it starts. There are very few songs where I write the lyrics as I hear the music, and usually I take bits and pieces that I've written down and splice them all together. But for this one, the chorus was guided by the music. And I tend to do this a lot when I'm thinking about heavy for some reason. I write about not trusting religion kind of stuff. So that's basically where the words went towards.
Yeah, I noticed now that a lot of your tracks are they are quite heavy. I mean, they're heavy sounding, but they're heavy thematically as well. But you seem like quite a jolly, happy person.
Well, look, if I was as heavy as serious as those songs, I wouldn't be here right now. Well, I love comedy. I love Monty Python, and incongruency is one of my favorite things. So, you get heavy on the songs, but the first Titanosaur album, there are a lot of silly songs because I was just getting that out of my system. And that was a lot of silliness. But yeah, because this is a lot of the subject is so serious, I try to do something that's not serious, because that's what I wanted to do with Titanosaur. So like with the Ray Gun Girls, I put out a video that's really serious, because that's more of a serious band.
Tell us about the videos.
So, is there a story? First of all, is there a story? I'd go out, pick up some stuff, put it in a box, and it would transform into a dinosaur egg that would be dug up by the Titan later on. So that's pretty much it. And then somebody, after the video came out, I got a couple of questions like, what's in the box? So, what's going on with the box? So I think at some point I probably have to make another video where something happens with the box or something. I don't know.
I quite liked the incongruence of how the song is quite dark, and then the video is like beautiful, bright.
It's a really nice day.
Green grass.
You see, I don't think of these things either. Those kind of little things. That's why I never made music videos up until now. It's like I was told I had to get the songs out there more. So it's like, oh, fine. So
Well, it's working because we're gonna that's why we're here.
It's been such a pleasure to talk to you and hear all about how you work in your song Deceiver, and we will now hear the song Deceiver in its entirety.
Of a matchstick mind, troubled dreams and a heart kept blind, being stabbed and